Okay, give everybody a few minutes to look at that.
Are all these videos available on YouTube, and the session afterwards they'll be able to access?
Correct, yeah. So we're going to record the session so everybody can take a look at the session and have a look at it. Take a good look at what's happened here. Remember, I want you to take several factors into consideration, what you're going to do, what you're going to say. We encourage you to chat amongst yourselves on the chat line. Chris is monitoring the chat line. If there's any questions, please bring it up, and we'll discuss it. Looks like we got lots of questions going on, Chris.
Yeah, lots. We got everything from no foul, corner kick to red card, and everything in between.
Okay, so here's the considerations we need to take into consideration. Does this player have a chance of playing the ball in a fair manner? Is the challenge putting the opponent in a dangerous situation? Does the player touch the ball after making contact with the opponent? On which part of the opponent's body is contact made? Has the challenge been committed in a fair or in a careless manner? And sometimes in a dangerous manner or reckless. So, what do we got out there, Chris? What's most of the word happening out there?
It's pretty it's pretty mixed, from all the way from no foul to red card to a lot of the later referees coming in with yellow card. Lewis is in here with defender 1 gets the ball, defender 2 gets the player, PK, yellow card.
Interesting. So just as you know, all these answers have been sent up to the OSA, so they're actually checking my work, so I'm not giving you any false information. Okay, so we're taking all these considerations, and what we have is no foul, no card. Okay, the blue defender challenges for the ball in a fair manner. The defender made contact with the ball before he makes contact with the white forward. All right, so this is a good play. Now, I know there was a collision amongst other players that happened after, but the challenge on the ball was completely fair. Okay? Absolutely 100%. The only other question, is there any comments coming out from that? I don't see any of the comments. Anything happening, Chris?
Just a lot of the earlier ones were no foul quarter, and now they've come around to see that perhaps it wasn't the best angle as well. That's very important to determine the position of the referee. So the referee's in position, takes that diagonal view, could possibly get a better look than the camera angle there. From the camera angle, we can see how some people would come up with the yellow and red, but it's definitely, there is contact with the ball first, and then subsequent contact by the second defender was, in our opinion, negligible. So still people are disagreeing, and some are saying it's a yellow card. So
okay, so let me address the situation I see coming up here. Why the second number 22 defender came in after the play. If you take a good look at this, he was not. He tripped up. He fell. He wasn't challenging the white guy. It was just an incidental contact collision. We're not going to punish that. Okay, absolutely not. Players were falling over the initial challenge. We're not going to punish number 22 for coming in there after the fact. Absolutely not. Okay? And if you got paid attention, if everybody did pay attention to what happened, what was the restart? I saw a couple of people get it correct. All right? The restart was a corner kick. All right? The defender put the ball out over the challenge. All right? It is a corner kick, and that's where we stand with that. All right? It may not be the best angle. We're using actual video that people have taken, but it is no foul, no card. It's not a PK. Let's focus on the initial challenge. What happened after, in my opinion, and in the opinion of the referee committee at the OSA too, there was nothing there. There's nothing there. All right? So let's move on to video number 2. Again, take a look at video number 2. Considerations, decisions, your reasons in law, and what's the restart? All right, take a look at video number 2. I'll give you about a minute or two. By all means, please feel free to look at it again and again. That's what we want you to do. Excellent. All right, so we're giving you time to look at it. Your decisions, justifications in law. All right, I'm looking at lots of yellow cards, direct, yellow. The good thing is I'm not seeing any red cards, because I'd say you're kind of pushing the envelope. And I'm looking at all the answers. Well done, folks. I'm seeing some good answers out there. Ain't no justification in law. Anybody want to try what law that is that's justifying their answer? We'd like to see that too. Law 12. Well done, folks. Actually, excellent work out there, and I'm seeing everything very good. I think we're getting the hang of this, all right? So here's our considerations before I give you the answer. Does the player have a chance of playing the ball in a fair manner? What is the distance between the offense and the goal? Does the player have control of the ball? What is the direction of the play? Where are the defenders located? And does the challenge break up a promising attack? Okay? These are the things that I know were going through your mind as you're watching this. We're just putting it down on paper. And the answer is, under interpretations, he's cautioned for unsporting behavior. The player commits a foul for tactical purpose of interfering with or breaking up a promising attack. And it is a caution, and it is a direct free kick. And I'm glad to see that most of you got the answer correct out there. Well done by everybody. Well done. Okay? Anybody see the restart? Did I ask for the restart? Did anybody say the restart is?
Everybody's saying direct free kick.
Direct free kick, obviously. Right?
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, so restart's a free kick for the white team from where the infringement occurred. And I add that part from where the infringement occurred. You got to remember, it's not where he kept, where he slid forward or where the ball ended up. It's where the infringement occurred. Okay? I applaud you guys. Well done. Well done.
Good point being made by Lewis again. So, new term, stop a promising attack. They've removed, and you could reiterate, Peter, they removed the word immediate promising attack, and now it is simply a promising attack.
Excellent. Good point, Lewis. I think it'll make up for your mistake on the last one where you you got the first video wrong. So I'll give you kudos on that one, okay? All right. Let's move on to video number 3. So take a look at video 3. All right. I'll give you a few minutes to look at it. Again, considerations. Back it up with law. Give us a reason. And how would we restart this game? All right. So that's what we want you to do. A lot of these instances, I don't want you to see what the referee does, because the referee has made some mistakes in some of these. And we're not here to, again, chastise a referee, but I want you to make the ruling correct in law, and we're here to learn. We want to make our mistakes here. We want to learn here. Okay? If you have to view it a couple of times, by all means, guys, this is a learning situation. View it for a second time, view it for a third time, but let's get our ruling correct here. All right? All right. I see a red card there. Nothing there. PK yellow card. I'm seeing lots of PKs and yellow cards.
Play on.
Play on. No handballs. It was not done on purpose. PK yellow. Okay, so let's take some things into consideration while you're looking at it. All right. Interesting. Got some interesting answers. I'm glad to see we're getting lots of feedback and lots of talking on this. So here's your considerations. Is the hand, and when we talk about the hand, we talk about the hand from the shoulder all the way down. Is the hand moving towards the ball, or is the ball moving towards the hand? Are the player's hands or arms in a natural position or in an unnatural position? Does the ball strike her hand from a short distance or from a long distance? And does the player use her hand or arm to deliberately touch or block the ball, and is the ball moving in a direction towards the goal. So some of the things you have to think about, all right, did she move that hand to the ball? Was the hand down to her sides in the natural position, or did we have something moving? Okay, so this is important to take in because this happened in the penalty area, and it's a big consideration to take into. So you need to get this call correct because it's a game changer. If you call a penalty, it could alter the game. If you're saying play on, we got a little bit of a problem here. Okay? So the correct answer is it is a deliberate handball by the defender, right? There are no sanctions here. There's no sanctions. She did not stop the ball from going into the net, but she deliberately moved that elbow. And if you want to view it again, take a look at it. And I saw somebody make that comment perfectly out there. Did a chicken wing. So the arm came out like an elbow, like a chicken wing, and actually did that motion towards the ball. That is a deliberate handball. There's no accident there, people. There's no accident. There's no card here, okay? It's just a simple handball that occurred in the penalty area. The restart will be how will we start a game if we're going to call deliberate handball in the penalty area?
It has to be a PK.
It has to be PK, okay? Penalty kick. Now let's get our terminology right.
Penalty kick.
You hockey players out there, it is not a penalty shot,
That's right.
okay? It is a penalty kick, okay?
Absolutely.
Peter, the hand came out as she jumped. You are responsible for the actions of your arms. If you jumped, you are still responsible for your arms, okay? Just because she jumped doesn't mean we can do whatever we want with your arms. Because if that's the case, if I jump in the air and I'm going, oh, ref, I jumped in the air with my hands up, I can grab the ball. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. You are responsible for the actions of your body. And that's it.
Absolutely. I guess a question from the audience, is there a certain degree of that we allow, because the player's arms obviously should be close to their body. How close would you say before it's in an unnatural position?
So if you want to take it, and I don't know if you can see me standing, hands at the side, guys, that's natural. Hands coming out, not natural. How much? If the player is standing still, and you can see from the video camera, my arms hang freely to the side. This is not natural, right? Because I'm holding my arms here. This is natural. If you're running, your hands are going to come away from your arm. So a little bit of leeway while you're moving. But this player here actually put her elbow out like that, and there was a motion to the ball. That is not natural. This is not natural. Okay? This is not natural. This is not natural. Okay? Natural position.
And one of the refs has it right. They're saying that you're, by making yourself bigger, you're indeed committing
Okay.
a foul.
So now in this instance here, I got a quick question there. We do not caution in this one. It did not stop a promising attack. It did not stop a through ball to a player that could have possibly scored. This was simply a handball. Nothing more in this instant. Okay? All right. Let's move on. Let's take a look at, okay, before we go to the next video, just everybody to stop. Video 4 comes in two parts. Video 4A, Video 4B. I want everybody just to look at Video 4A and stop, and then we will make some comments. Okay? Take a look at Video 4A, please. Only 4A. I want your thoughts on what you see simply on Video 4A. Careless, reckless, dangerous tackle. Any cautions? Nothing there. Incidental contact. I want you just to look at Video 4A only and determine what your outcome would be in this instant. I got a direct free kick, orange. Any cautions? Okay, you need to make a decision. You can't go looks like a caution. You can't say maybe a caution. You got to make it. You're the referee. What's your decision? Nothing, caution, dangerous, no foul, everything. You're the referee. Make your call, gentlemen and ladies.
We have a few reds.
Okay, excellent. That's
yellow,
good.
Yellow card right now.
We have cautions. We have cautions for reckless, direct free kick. We got a red. Excellent. Okay, I just want you guys to make a decision. All right, refereeing is about confidence, confidence in what you see, confidence in your decision. So if you waver here, saying, maybe it looks like, kind of, no. I want you as a referee to say yellow, red, nothing. Your decision. Okay? Excellent. Okay, so our considerations as I'm reading your comments here. Does the player act with complete disregard of the danger of his opponent? Does the player have a chance of playing the ball in a fair manner? What degree of speed or intensity is the player using when making this challenge? That is very important. With what speed is he coming at the opponent? Which part of the body has the player used to make contact? And in which part of the opponent's body is the contact made? So all these things are going through your mind while you're making a decision. Okay? Now, having looked at this, now I want you to look at 4B, which gives you a closer look at the video and at a different angle. Tell me what you would call in the instant that you're looking at 4B. Take a look at 4B, please.
If I were to guesstimate that, that was probably about 25% said red and maybe about 75% said yellow.
And the good news is that they're making a decision. And that's what we want to see. We want to see people making a decision. Okay? So 4B gives you a different angle as to what you see, which is important because it's all about positioning. Anybody change their mind on this instance? And the big thing I want you guys to realize here is that positioning can change your whole perspective of the game. Okay? And I've got somebody talking about the AR. And on top of that, and I'm glad somebody picked it off, the other thing I want you to see is the positioning of the AR. Can we use that AR, the assistant referee? Can we not see the assistant referee and say, hey, what did you see? Okay?
Absolutely.
So we got a lot of people changing from now there's nothing, AR got it wrong, direct free kick but no yellow, no card, free kick, tackle from behind. So
no foul.
We need to change your perspective out there, people. Simply a tackle coming from behind is not a reason to call a foul. All right, we need to have some kind of offense occur according to our laws of the game. Simply tackling from behind is not a reason to blow your whistle. Was there an offense? Okay? We've slowed it down. We've given it to you. No foul. The red player hit the ball. So we got a lot of people changing their mind now.
Yes.
Lots and lots of people changing their mind. And that's, which goes back to tell you, is positioning is all about positioning, okay? After looking at 4A, look at 4B, how many people changed their mind? And my big question was there something that could have assisted you in making a decision? And a couple of you picked it off, said, yeah, we could talk to the assistant referee. He's in good position to see what he saw, and together probably come up with the correct decision, which was foul by the red player. The red player tackles the opponent in a reckless manner, okay? So, the AR waved for a foul. He was correct. There was an offense that occurred. Now, from looking at it from 4B, it's not a tackle where the studs hit the player in the back of the leg, but it was a challenge that hit the player's leg. And if you took a good look at it, the players doing the sliding tackle, the red player caught him in the back of the legs before he got contact with the ball. So it is a reckless challenge, and it is a caution shown to this player. All right? Take a look at it again, and you will see it again and again. The assistant referee did signal for a foul. If you didn't see it the first time, he saw a foul occur. The referee saw a foul occur. What I wanted you to see is the communication between the two officials, and also that it was not a red card offense. It was not dangerous. It was simply a reckless foul. Okay? When I say simply, I'm not meaning to make light of it. but there was an offense that occurred that deserved to be cautioned. Okay? Again, positioning and using your assistant referees to help you make the correct call is the correct thing to do. And take your time. There's nobody rushing you in the game. Take a few steps over to the assistant referee and say, hey, what did you see? Okay? Anybody see the restart? The restarts are fairly easy. It is a free kick for the white team. Okay? And I actually even tell you here, we speak to the assistant referee, see what he observed from his angle. I didn't see anybody talk about a tactical offense. Could we have cautioned the red player for a tactical offense? Was that white player free and gone if he didn't get challenged from behind? Possibly, right? Possibly. Okay? Excellent. Excellent. Lots of conversation on that one. All right. Take a look at video 5 as we move on. Again, considerations, decisions, reasons, your law. Again, please, by all means, take a look at it again if you have to. There's nothing wrong with looking at the video 2 and 3 times together. I have no issue with that. Okay, finish the check. NHL playoffs. Red. Devin has no intention playing the ball. Okay. Direct free kick caution. We got no cautions. We got a red, violent conduct.
We got some mix of yellows and reds with a direct free kick attached.
Yeah. Yeah, direct free kick.
If there's no advantage, call the foul.
Excellent. Get lots of feedback in there.
We're asking for the referee to go back and fix his shirt. Doesn't seem like it's tough for him.
I told you I'd take videos from actual games so you can actually see. Instead of being the professionals, we're making actual games that you actually are going to be in. Okay, so considerations, and I'm going to keep reading as you're going on. Okay, play on, advantage can be played. If not, direct free kick, yellow either during free kick. Okay, so does the player act with disregard of the danger to his opponent? Does the player have a chance of playing the ball in a fair manner? What degree of speed or intensity is the player using when making the challenge? What part of the body has the player used to make contact, and on which part of the opponent's body is the contact made? So first of all, let's talk about the referee. Regardless that his shirt's not in, okay? The referee was actually right there, so he was staring right at it, okay? So the referee, in essence, was in proper position, whether he made the call or not. He was in position to make that call. All right, so he saw the first player. There was contact there. You know, what do you think, Chris? I'm thinking myself that he missed one there.
Definitely a foul there. You know, again, that chicken wing was wild and free there. The forearm, elbow, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And like one referee said, definitely finishing his check. And not definitely a foul.
All right. So the correct answer is correct. There was a foul. It was on the shoulder. You know what? It borderlines careless and reckless. If you decided to show a caution in this one, I would not say you were wrong. In this instance, we didn't really need to show one, and it would probably depend on the type and the temperament of the game. If this is the first little incident, maybe a verbal caution to the player, speak to him, verbal warning, give it to him, tell him, hey, knock it off. If you gave a caution in this one, I would not say you were wrong. Giving a red in this one, I think you're really stretching it. This was not excessive force. This was on shoulder to the player's other shoulder, not playing the ball, a little late on the tackle. I would agree. But it was not excessive force. Okay, I will accept a reckless challenge, and you can caution this player. Absolutely, I have no problem with that. And if that's the case, by all means, go ahead.
One referee's pointed out that I'm not sure if you agree or not, but the referee should have shown the advantage if he was playing the advantage.
Excellent,
right?
excellent call. Yeah. So when that first foul occurred, the referee let the play go on. We don't know. He may have allowed advantage, but there was no signal. Just for everybody knows, the advantage signal has changed this year. I'll just stand up. It used to be sweeping motion with the arms up and do it. We now may use one arm to point advantage. Okay, and we're going to have the laws of the game course on the new rules. But good point brought up by that referee. Thank you for bringing that up. He may have allowed advantage to see where the ball goes. By allowing advantage, actually, there was a second foul that occurred. I don't know if anybody noticed that. The player in the back who received that pass got banged pretty good too. So I'm not sure what the referee is doing, but we're not here to criticize the referee. We're here to learn. And in my opinion, he should have called the first one, if not the second foul. If he did allow advantage, he should have given the signal for advantage or pointed back to the first foul. Okay? Fair enough? All right, so let's move on. Okay? Restart obviously was a free kick from where the a foul occurred, where the offense occurred. All right, so let's take a look at video number 6. Again, take a look at it. You have to look at it twice. Video 6. I know we have to hurry because Louis Freed has an appointment at appointment 8:10. Louis, I think you have to move on. I think he has a hair appointment, if I'm not mistaken. He has an indoor showcase tournament coming up, and he has to look good. So we'll try and go as fast as we can, Louis. All right, so this is video 6. Take a look at it. A lot of things to consider in here. Lots of stuff happening. BK dog soap. I'm not sure about the dog soap part. I saw dog soap. I'm not sure what you mean by that person that said dog soap. What do you mean by dog soap? Denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity?
Because this keeper makes a genuine attempt to play the ball.
Are you looking at video 6? Video 6. Somebody's on video 7. Video 6. Okay, so as you're still looking at that and putting your comments on that, this is video 6. Does the player act with complete disregard of the danger to his opponent? Does the player have a chance of playing the ball in a fair manner? What degree of speed or intensity is the player using when making the challenge? Which part of the body is the player used to make contact? And of which part of the opponent's body is the contact made? So lots of things coming in there. Speed is the big factor. What speed is that challenge made at that player? Is the player even challenging for the ball, or is he going directly at the player? No intent to play that ball. So there's lots to go out there. I think the Maple Leafs are playing tonight, so maybe we can show a few of these videos to the Leafs tonight, maybe a little more intensity in their game. So I understand that we're seeing that there should be a foul. That's great. Should there be any sanctions? Okay?
We have 3 or 4 of the referees saying it's violent conduct. Perhaps you want to...
Yeah, I'm going to get to that and said to the first time, no intention of playing the ball. We got some good answers, and I've got a couple of guys thinking ahead. Second or third hit by the white. Excellent. Okay, we're going to get to that. So I'm going to show you the answer, and then we're going to come back and discuss possible remedies and preventing this situation from escalating. Okay, so obviously there was a foul by number 9, White. It was excessive. That was directly, and that was, if I may be bold to say, it was probably directed at that player's head. He put that shoulder right into his head, didn't even look at the ball. That is excessive, if not violent, okay? He's exceeded the necessary use of force and is in danger of injuring his opponent, okay? This player is guilty of serious foul play, excessive force, brutality, whatever you want to call it, okay? This player should be sent off, all right? There's no question about with this. Now, everybody, is there any issue with that? Let's just talk about that last one that occurred. That should be no question. That is a red card offense, excessive force. It's a direct free kick from there. And I'm glad a lot of people are noticing other things are happening. So there is a free kick for the blue-white team from where the infringement occurred. Now, I ask you to look at the video again if you want, or if you remember it. What could the referee have done differently to prevent the incident from occurring? Look at number 2. Look at the 2-second mark and the 8-second mark. Could the referee have done something different at these times? And the reason I point out the 2-second mark and the 8-second mark was there was 2 fouls that occurred before the third foul occurred by this number 9. Okay? So if the referee had called the first foul, he could have calmed this player down and said, hey, you're acting in a careless manner. Just relax. He missed the first one, didn't call it. He could have called the second foul that this player occurred and again calmed him down, but he didn't. We let the foul and the play go on, and it went to the third point where he went to excessive force. This player actually almost lost his mind, and in the final incident got ejected from the game. Okay, so as a referee, we can control a little bit of the match. We could have called the first one, said, hey, just calm down. Just calm down a little bit. Yeah, you control your body. And that may have calmed the whole situation, given a free kick from that point. The ball would have went down the field, may have ended this whole nonsense that number 9 was doing. Or we could have waited to the second foul and said, hey, that's your second time in a row. Knock it off. Make a public rebuke. Tell this guy, enough. I'm going to caution you if you keep this up. And this may have put an end to his nonsense, which led to the red card. So my point is here, as a referee, we can at times control the game. Our responsibility is the safety of the players. We could have spoken to number 9 2 incidences earlier and maybe avoided this red card and possible injury to that player that took that shoulder to the head. Fair enough? Excellent. And I'm glad that some of you are seeing that. Okay, so you got you thinking a little bit. Take a look at the video again if you don't see my points and discuss it amongst yourself. Okay, so man management could have prevented number 9 from reaching the point he did. The referee could have called an infringement at the 2 and 8-second mark on number 9 white. This would have calmed him down and prevented the red card he would eventually receive. Okay, excellent.
We have a question from the field. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. We're just going to wait on this one.
Some are debating whether it's violent conduct or serious foul play. Do you have an opinion?
Okay, so violent conduct can happen anywhere, anytime, against anyone. Serious foul play, the ball has to be in play, has to be an opponent playing the ball. The ball has to be in playing distance of the player, and the play has to be made on the player themselves. Now, you could go either way with him. You could say he challenged the ball. I would probably lean towards violent conduct on this one because he didn't even look at the ball. He actually stepped out of the way of the ball and went directly at this player's head. I would tend myself as a referee to lean towards violent conduct. It wasn't a challenge on the ball. It was a challenge on the player's head with that player's shoulder. Okay? Violent conduct. If you went serious foul play, okay, that's fine. You still got the red card offense, which would make me happy. All right? All right, so let's go look at video number 7. All right, so as you watch the video, this one's a little bit different. I want you to agree or disagree with the referee's decision. Would you do it differently? What would you take into consideration? Any sanctions, and to who? Okay? So now we have a decision by a referee, and I want you to comment on the referee's decision. We're on video 7. I forgot to tell you, you should invite all your club, you should email it to all your club kids.
I did.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you a few minutes to look at that video. Remember, I want you to look at the referee, agree, disagree, why, what would you do differently?
Oh, great question. Should this be yellow or red under the new law? I think that there's doubts.
Who's that?
Ming?
Yeah, good question. Okay. Everybody had a chance to look at it? We haven't had any comments on this one. Okay, I heard somebody use the term the box. I'm not sure what the box is. That a cardboard box? Is that a square box?
I've seen the box and I've seen penalty shot.
Yeah. Let's get our terminology right. It's the penalty area. It's a penalty kick. I'm not sure what a box is. Do you have a box here? Let me get a box there.
Used to have a box haircut back in the 90s.
All right, so I'm red card, PK, dog soap, PK, yellow card. Interesting. Disagree, it's a penalty kick, reckless manner of the goalie, PK. Disagree with this call, she should have been PK with dismissed, yellow card, red card.
A lot of red cards.
What's with the hat on the ref? I'm not really concerned about how the referee's dressed. That's neither here nor there. I told you these are actual games, so get used to some of the weird things you're going to see. This game is actually from the United States, so maybe it's a little bit chilly. When you're in Florida, if the temperature drops below 20, everybody dresses like it's winter down there.
Yeah, snowsuits.
Yeah. So, yeah. Do you agree or disagree with the referee's decision? Let's just get that part right first, please.
This is a very hotly debated one. A lot of reds and a lot of yellows.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so considerations. Okay, so what I want you to do is disagree or agree with the referee. What you do differently, any sanctions. Here's our considerations as you're going with disagree and why. What is the distance from the goal? Can the player gain control of the ball? Does the ball have an obvious opportunity? Excuse me. Does the play have an obvious opportunity to score a goal? Is the player moving towards the goal? And is, most importantly, guys, was there an infringement of the laws of the game for you to be able to blow your whistle and make a decision here? Okay? So, is there anybody here that does not see an offense occurring? Does everybody agree that something happened? The goalie did commit an infringement of the laws on the player, dribbling the ball into the penalty area. Okay? I believe, I didn't see one person say there was not a foul. I believe everybody said they saw an infringement. Excellent. Most important thing is, did we see something happen? Did we see an infringement? The answer is yes, there was an infringement. Okay? Now, where did the infringement occur? Number 2 point. Forget what the referee says. Where did the infringement occur? The infringement occurred in the penalty area. Not the box, the penalty area. Most definitely occurred in the penalty area. I don't know why the referee said it was outside the penalty area. His positioning probably had a lot to do with it. Possibly his hat slipped over his eyes and he missed the call. I don't know what he was thinking. Okay? Who knows? He was probably out of breath. Yeah, maybe he was blocked by another player. Even if he was a block with another player, he should have conferred with his assistant referee who would have told him where that infringement occurred. Okay?
Maybe the ref just didn't want to make that call. And just
That's great. And thank you, Chris. That is an excellent point. There's a lot of referees that don't want to make that hard decision and decide, hey, point to the penalty spot. That is a penalty kick. And we have that trouble with our younger, newer referees. Afraid to make that critical decision. You got to make it. You got to make it. That's a penalty kick, no doubt. So now, let's talk about what are we going to do here, okay? So, it was a foul by the goalkeeper. Number 17, Red had a clear, obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Red is moving towards the goal. Red is close enough to the goal that if she shot on net or gained control of the ball, she would have an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. The goalkeeper is denying the yellow player an obvious goal-scoring opportunity by handling the ball Oh, outside the penalty area. It should be by tripping the player outside the penalty area. I should fix that. Okay? So, yeah, that's it should be by tripping the player inside the penalty area. Disregard that last one. I'm just going to erase it quickly. Okay? Just so we're not going to confuse anybody.
I'm just making sure they're paying attention.
Yeah. Okay? So, now, as somebody brought up, you don't understand, that foul occurred in the penalty area. The goalkeeper tripped that player. That player would have scored if that player was not tripped at that point. Okay. So the point comes now, there's a new laws in the game that if a player trips somebody or tackles somebody on the ball in the penalty area, it's no longer a red card offense. It is now a yellow card. And we had some debate at this 2 weeks ago at the instructor's course on whether this exact incident was a yellow or red card. I'm going to tell you that the OSA has not gotten back to me with a clear answer. As of now, this is a red card offense. The issue is if this had been a player and it tripped the player on the ball, it would be a yellow card.
Okay.
Our discussion was pushing the ball past the goalie and the goalie extending their arms out and tripping the player after they had gone by with the ball. As it is now, this stands as a red card. Okay? If this changes, I will show this video again and tell you that, no, it should be a yellow. But as of now, this is a red card penalty kick. Okay? Restart is a penalty kick to the red team. The goalkeeper should be dismissed. Okay? Now, there are still certain instances in the penalty area that a red card is issued and a PK is issued. We're going to have a laws of the game course directly on that situation. So let's not get into it too much. Okay. But in this instance here, if there's no other keeper, I guess they're going to have to put a player in net. Okay? Vlad, I don't know yet. I'm going to clarify this, but from 2 weeks ago at the instructor's course, this was still a red card offense. Okay? I'm going to I haven't got a clarification. Okay? If it is a second caution, obviously he's going to be dismissed for receiving 2 cautions in 1 game. Okay? So right now, let's take it for what it is. It is a red card offense. The player is dismissed. Okay? I will clarify. If I get another word from the OSA, I will let you know. Okay? So we're done. 7 videos. Okay? I want to thank Chris for having it tonight. I'm going to leave you with video number 8. I don't even have the answer. Take a look at it. Discuss amongst yourselves what you would do in this instance. This happened in a professional game. Chat amongst yourselves. Come to consensus. Hey, let's see what your answer is as I'm signing off here. I want to thank Chris again and the Markham Soccer Club for having us here tonight.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks to everybody out there. For your comments are excellent, and I'm glad we're starting to talk and think this out. And as you're watching this, laws of the game say for red card offense, violent conduct, anyone, anytime, anywhere. Okay? Take a good look at it. Let's have your thoughts as you're signing off. If you have any issues, please feel free to contact myself or the YRSA with any questions, and we'll come through. This will be posted on our website to be viewed at any time along with the videos. Last week's session is already up there, so you can look at last week's sessions with the videos attached, and you can look at this session with the videos attached. Every session will be on there. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Everybody have a good night. I'm seeing a lot of red cards. I'm seeing somebody saying you can't do anything to an animal, but let's take a hard look at that. Okay. Good night, everybody, and I'll leave you with that video. Chat amongst yourselves and see what compare your answers to everybody else. Have a good night.